Jackson, Ohio. Railroad right here is Ohio South Central, active. This part still gets used. They got some old cars sitting down here and some new ones, newer ones. We'll do a drive-by. Old switch. Spur going up there somewhere. There's an old whistle post, brass, or not brass, cast. Another old switch. Hopper cars. Got some cars going in down that way. There's an old caboose sitting down there. I think that's an old train station depot. We'll go check it out. Bunch of cars over there. Here we are in Jackson, near the old depot. Not sure what railroad built this. I know DT&I come in here, and I think Baltimore and Ohio, but I think the DT&I depot on the other side of Jackson was torn down recently. The DT&I shops are still there. We'll go visit them here in a little bit, if I can get near it. Here's an old Chesapeake and Ohio caboose, owned by the Jackson Historical Society, is what it says on the side. We'll go walk around and look at it a little bit. Spur that this caboose is sitting on is still connected to the tracks, switch down there. This is another very well taken care of caboose. Pretty looking one. Doesn't have the friction bearings in it like the one I videoed up in Xenia recently. This rail right here is still used. A little bit of rust on it, but that's still used by the Ohio South Central. Parent company's Indiana Eastern. That rail right there was rolled in 1920. Pretty neat. Pretty neat, still here. Take care of this place pretty well, it looks like. Old trestle over there, old wooden timber trestle. A lot of them over here. Wilson and Jackson Belt Railway Company. That's what that sign up there says. See, the rail jumps up to a bigger gauge, or not a bigger gauge, a bigger poundage per yard, I guess would be. Oh, that's heavier rail on out through there. There's another stick of rail that was rolled in 1923. Pretty neat. But there's not too many of these old trestles around here anymore that the trains still roll across. Some of them timbers look like they're pretty rotten. Trains still roll across this. I was looking at the Ohio Rail Development Commission, or whatever the website is. They had a lot of work done on some of these bridges around here. I can tell that some of them timbers up there are new. Tell the water got up here real high recently too. There's the old depot. And that water is really up here. Old concrete highway bridge. There's driftwood all the way up to the pier timbers. Hard to tell how old this is, but I'd say it's really old. Way older than I am anyway. Big iron holding it together. Be neat to see a train roll across that. Be hard to see, but right over there is an old wooden trestle. That spur down there had all them tank cars. I think that's what it is. I don't know what kind of factory's there, but I might go look at it if I can. A lot of railroad history in this city, spanning back well over 100 years. Let's see what else we can find. Look at that. The old DT&I shops. I don't know if that is locomotive shop, car repair shop, I'm not sure. The building still exists today in Jackson, Ohio. Pretty big one. Looks kind of abandoned. Don't know who owns it. Can't really walk in there. I'm just parked on the side of the road here. Pretty neat that it still exists. Still got the logo up on top too. The old DT&I depot used to be standing, I think, right over there where that big straw pile is, well, patch. I tore it down not long ago. I remember it, I think, about a year or two ago. I think they tore it down because of that Dollar General right there. I think this used to be a yard here for DT&I. That over there is a sanding tower. And there was rail here in place, I heard. I'm gonna go over there and look at that sanding tower. There's the base of the sanding tower. And there's a couple sticks of rail still in place there. You can see the, oh, I don't know what it's called to stop the cars from rolling off. There's a couple rails still in place, just 2 sticks. There's the sanding tower. Pretty big. Got some big weights on it. It doesn't look in too bad a shape. It's pretty neat. Used to be a yard here. I've seen pictures of locomotives in here before. Just a grass lot now, and a Dollar General. There's a Dollar General right there. Here's the 2 sticks of rail. Lead up to the sanding tower. Somebody was in here at the cutting torch recently. There's some fresh slag from a cutting torch. It'll burn up bolt and nut. Somebody took something. There's them light poles too. There's several of them on down through here. So we'll head back to the car and drive around some more before it gets dark. It gets dark pretty quick in the evenings. Gaining a minute a day though. Thank goodness. There's the end of the rail. Stops right there. Once was a yard. Not anymore. Catch you later.